Hey everybody! Joy here, over here in my mama's chair. My mama's chair is broken actually. Underneath there's a piece of wood that's just split in two, and two people have tried to fix it and it's unfixable. But as long as it holds me up, I am keeping my mama's favorite chair. Okay, as you can see, I'm missing my coffee. Hold on. I gotta get it. It's one thing to have a microwave. It's another thing to remember to get your coffee out of it before the next day. When it has green stuff growing in it. And yes, it's mostly water, but I'm still allowing myself, let's just say 1 K-cup. I may use it 2 or 3 times, and half water, half whatever comes out of it, but at least I can have a little bit of coffee. All right, let me tell you what I've been doing. I've been having so much fun. I started out, when did we get back here? Let me see, this is Thursday. We came back Tuesday. Jerry has some kind of heart test tomorrow. So we came back Tuesday because it's supposed to be the one day it didn't rain. I hope my feet don't show up there. Oh my goodness, I think they do. Sorry about that. Nobody wants to look at your toes. So we came back on Tuesday. And so we just had Jerry's truck down there. We didn't have any trailers and we weren't moving much. But there's things there that don't need to be there. And so in my sewing rooms and in my bedroom and in the kitchen, you know, I only have 4 plates here. And there were bowls there that went with my plates, and there were cups there that went with my plates. And so things like that. I think I had 4 little boxes. And I had 1 little bigger box from my sewing room, just stuff. You know, it doesn't really matter if it's there or here, but since this is going to be our forever house, it needs to be here if I don't need it there. Okay, I'm sure y'all understand that. So I spent that afternoon and the next day unpacking all those boxes, putting everything away. But I have missed something in my life. I hadn't done it for quite a few months, and I was really missing it. And that is ordering fabric. Do I need more? My sister says, why do you order more? And I just said, because I can. Fabric Mart Fabrics has a, what would you call it? I want to say an email, but that's what it's called. If you give them your email, they will send you an email every single day telling you what their sales are. And they have amazing sales, the best on the planet. Wonderful sales. And so one day I thought, I'm just going to go look. I was sitting at the other house and I was bored. And I thought, I'm just going to go look. Because, you know, my sister took those 4 bolts of fabric and, you know, I really need to replace them. Of course, I think I've replaced them with like 12 pieces. 6 for her, 6 for me. Okay. So I went and they had gorgeous fabric for $3.99 a yard. $3.99, that's free, my friends. That's just free. You cannot find that anywhere. I haven't seen any other website even that sells fabric that cheap. Even when it's 20% off, even when it's 50% off, it's never that cheap. Viv will tell you. You know, my friend Viv Mom. So I just thought, oh well, I'll look at it and see if there's anything I like. Well, how many pieces did I like? I think I liked 7 pieces. I think I liked 7 pieces. So I ordered those, had them delivered here. Then Peggy Sagers. I like to support Peggy Sagers. Now I know my friend Philly can't stand her. I don't know why. I love Peggy Sagers. Yes, she doesn't get everything right. She makes mistakes. She's not a perfectionist. But so what, a lot of people think I'm insane and crazy because I am a perfectionist. You know, we're all different. God made us different on purpose. He didn't make us all the same. I mean, what good would the world be if everybody was the same? You know, everybody'd be a secretary, or everybody'd be a doctor, or everybody'd be a lawyer, or everybody'd be a bum, or everybody'd be a clown. You know, God made us different on purpose because together, when this part comes, and this part comes, and this part comes, and this part comes, and this part, and this part, and you put them together, then you have a whole. And the whole in unity can conquer the world. It's in the Bible, my friends. So, I really like Peggy. She does hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of free videos. I'm sure she has a really nice check coming every month. She probably pays her camera helpers with that money. But I really enjoy her. I love that she holds up her fabric and shows it to you now. I don't often like much of it, but the other day I found a few that I thought, oh, my sister might like that one, and oh, that one might be okay. And so I think I spent $100. Her fabric's not Fabric Mart fabric prices. No, no. Her fabric can be from $14 a yard to $50 a yard, like leather. So she has sales once in a while, but usually it's the end of the season, unless she's having one right now. But it's stuff that she's had for quite a while that hasn't sold, is my totally non-professional opinion of it. It's like, oh, she's had that forever. Oh, she's had that forever. So I don't really care for any of that stuff. But sometimes she has some knits, and her knits are really nice. Her knits are not like Joanne fabric knits. Her knits are very nice. And most of her fabrics are designer fabrics. A lot of them are from Italy. A lot of them are viscose. Just say how crazy she is. I asked her one time in a comment when she was doing live, and I asked a question, and I said, what is viscose? And she never answered me. And later on, she was talking about something else, one of her things where she answers people's questions, and she said, can you believe somebody asked me what viscose was? Well, that, of course, was me. Did she answer the question? No. So I looked it up myself. And if my lightning fast brain can remember, I think it's made from bamboo. But I wouldn't swear to it. But she has a lot of viscose fabric. She has a lot of cotton knits. She has some new kind of linen from Italy, I think it is, and it doesn't wrinkle very much, but it's expensive. And she has rayons, and you know, she has, usually what she has is like 20 fabrics. I'm telling you, this should be the Peggy Sakers channel. Anyway, the point is, I was watching one of her Tuesday night shows where she shows what the movie stars wear. Then she shows what her pattern, which pattern of hers you could use to make it like the movie stars. And she makes it up and doesn't look anything like what the movie star's wearing at all. I don't get that about her. But anyway, she says, oh yes, I made that, but mine has long sleeves and hers is sleeveless. And mine has a bow and hers doesn't. And mine has buttons and hers doesn't. And mine's long and hers is short. I'm telling you, what she makes doesn't look anything like the movie stars wearing. In my opinion. I just think it's funny. But then she shows the 20 fabrics that you could make these movie star clothes with. And they're on bolts, and she pulls the bolts out, and I've told you before how she shows them to you. So one night, there was 2 or 3 of them that I really liked. And I thought, oh, I'll just buy a couple of them. You know, I'll spend $100, you know, and help her. Because she works really, really hard. She's got more energy than I do. She's always traveling all over the world, and always having classes, and always doing those live videos, and she's got a lot of energy. So I ordered 2 or 3 from her, and then I ordered 6 or 7 from Fabric Mart. So they came in. Oh, the point is, so when we drove up to our house Tuesday, and I pushed the button to open the garage door, there on the side, on the wall, which I'm sure my nephew put there, was the great big package from Fabric Mart and the little box from Peggy. And so yesterday I thought, oh, I'll do a video. And I thought, oh, nobody wants to see these things. That's just boring. So I put all the fabrics in the wash. I always pre-wash my fabrics. Always. Fold them up, put them on a bolt. You want to see a couple of them? I have some that aren't folded up yet and aren't put away. So I'll show you a couple of them. But, so then, okay, so that was Wednesday. This is Thursday. So either Tuesday or Wednesday. Now, Philly has been sick. Philly had a tooth pulled, and she was really, really hurting. Ended up it was a dry socket. She went back to the dentist today, and they packed it. But she has just felt horrible for a couple days. But one evening, I don't know, it might have been Tuesday evening, after I settled. You know, we always settle after supper, and I do the dishes, and I go get my jammies on, and I settle, Jerry settles. And so I decided I have this new fabric, and so I decided to make myself do something different. I said, Joy, you have made the same thing, same thing, same thing, same thing, over and over and over. How many Kim tops do I have? 7, 8? How many Joy tops do I have? 7. How many this and how many that? So, I have over 500 patterns, as you all know, but for some reason, I decided, instead of walking up here and looking at my pattern books, I decided to look online and see what's current for blouses on people. So I went to Instagram and I looked up casual tops for ladies, or blouses for ladies, or ladies tops. I don't know what I put in there, but 500 million tops came up. And so if you're looking at a certain top, I found a certain top that I really liked. And so you can click on the pictures. I don't do Instagram hardly ever, but if you see a picture, no, it wasn't Instagram. No. Erase that from your brain. Erase it. It was Pinterest. Pinterest. And so I found this one top I really liked. And so it says you can view it. I think it says view, and you can click on that and it'll go to the website where they sell that top. So I went to that website. I think it was called Modilly. 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 And I looked up all the tops because that one's really cute, and I thought, oh, let me see what else they have here. So I looked at the rest of their tops. So I started texting Philly, and we were texting back and forth. And I said, do you think we could use our Sure Fit designs and make this top? And then I found another one. Do you think we could use our Sure Fit designs and make this top? So here's the deal. When I was still in Kingston, and I made the new top with the long sleeves with the trim around it, and I made the other blouse that I've made 10,500 million times. And then I made the newer blouse that had the trim around it. I thought, you know what? I have got to quit making the same thing over and over. I am going to find something new that I've never made before. Here's the new rule. You have to make something you've never made before. And it has to be a different style somehow. Okay? So that was my thinking, which is subject to change at any moment. So I was looking at the tops on Pinterest and then at Modilly, and I found one that I absolutely love, that you have to have stripes to make. And so I sent it to Philly and I said, do you think we can make this? She said, sure. So I said, Peggy has a really nice navy blue and white stripe. I said, why don't we order some of that? I said, I'll order enough for both of us if you want to do it. And we can both Sure Fit design it and make this top together. And so she said, yes, let's do it. So I ordered 5 yards, and I'll give her 2.5, and I'll keep 2.5. And so we're going to design that top. You want to see what it looks like? Let me see in my phone if I can find it for you. I don't know how good a phone picture is going to look. How's that? Does that focus good for you? Now, how cute is that top? It's got the stripes going all different ways, and it has that really cute, I don't know if you'd call it a collar or a band, and it's asymmetrical neckline. So Philly and I are going to figure out how to draw that and make it. And then not only did they have it like that, they had this one too. And see, it's the exact same style, except it's got buttons and it has a short sleeve. And so I'll probably make mine with that kind of a sleeve. We shall see. But how fun! I just had more fun going through all those tops. So this morning, Thursday morning, I thought, you know what? I have those catalogs, pattern catalogs upstairs that I made, and I should go look at those and see if there's any cute tops that I haven't made yet that I want to make. So you want to see what I found? Remember my catalogs? They're in these pink things. This is sticking up because that means there's one that goes behind it. I pulled one out of here. So I looked at the commercial patterns. I didn't look very long because that would take the rest of the day. And I looked at the independent pattern companies. And everything that there's a picture of in here, I have the pattern, right? So I want to show you what I pulled Let me show you what I pulled that I'm going to make. This actually is a commercial pattern. I only pulled this one, and then I closed the book or I'd be here all day. Like I said, this is Simplicity 8986. And I think that is a super cute pattern. So that's one that I'm going to make, and I'm going to make it with the short sleeve. Okay, now all the rest, which are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I picked 5 more, and they're all style arc patterns that I own. Why I haven't already made them. You know, I buy these patterns, I put them away, and then I forget that I have them. Some of them I've bought 2 or 3 times. See, isn't that a fun one? And then this one. My closet needs some new stuff in it. It certainly does. And I don't want just plain old t-shirts. You know, I want something that's nice enough you can wear it shopping, or you can wear it to a restaurant. Look at this one. Super easy. I'll probably lower the neck because, you know, my mother said I don't look good in round necks. So you can always change the neckline. And look at that bust dart. Oh, easy to do a FBA if there's already a bust dart. And then this one. All style arc. So you can see I have got to get busy. Oh goodness, I told you my chair's broken underneath. Look at the wood pieces are falling on the floor. I'm sitting in the chair and it caves in and I fall. Call 911, okay? So, I forgot to tell you, it's May, the luscious month of May. That lovely month when everyone goes blissfully astray. One of my favorite movies of all time. Okay, and I know I can't sing, but just play like, okay? I have to get busy because what do I have? 6 blouses to make. Oh, you want to see some of my fabric? Hold on, I'm looking at 2 right now. Hold on. And let me give you a tip. When you're wearing a long knit dress that goes all the way to the top of your feet and beyond, hold it up when you go up and down the stairs, okay? That's why I have to do this. I'll be back. Fabric Mart Fabrics, a real cute knit with rosebuds. Ah, so cute. And then here's another one, Fabric Mart Fabrics, and it's a woven. I'm going to use it to make one of those blouses. Red with navy and gray and white. Huh? Cute. Here's a Peggy Sagers. This one's kind of orange, and I thought my sister might like it. So I got this one in case she wants it. I don't know if I look good in that. Ooh, I don't mind it. Ah, I don't know. I like that. I might have to keep it. I look good in less bright colors these days, I think. Huh? Ooh, I like that a lot. So this was Peggy Sagers, probably $19.99 a yard. Not Fabric Mart prices. Here's a Fabric Mart. It's not black, but it's sort of black. Is it a one-way? It's a one-way. This is a woven. See, I'll play like I'm Peggy and do a fabric fashion show. See? Woven. Ooh. Cute. You know, some of them look goofy on the floor or by themselves, but when you hold it up to you, you think, oh, that's cute. So this will be one of my new blouse choices. Love it. And then this is another Peggy. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It's very odd. Very odd. I have 2 yards. I was supposed to have 2 yards. 1 yard, 1.5 yards. Boy, this one really shrunk. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that. You can't order 1.5 yards from Peggy. You have to order yards. So this is supposed to be 2 yards long. And it sure is not. Ooh, I can't imagine it shrunk that much. But I don't know, we can do something fun and different with this. It's a knit. It stretches both ways. No, stretches one way. I think I think this light part needs to be at the top. Yeah, see, you could put like this pointy thing in the middle, and then you could have this down there. It would make you look like you had a really low waist, that's for sure. I don't know. This is very odd. It'll be interesting to see what I come up with for this. I have to go. Okay, it's a couple hours later, and I want to show you what I came up with for that crazy material. I had 1 yard and 13 inches of it. I even typed an email to Silhouette Patterns, Peggy Sagers, to tell her, you didn't send me 2 yards and I ordered 2 yards. But then I checked the description of the fabric and it said panel. So I don't know how panels measure, but if you order fabric by the panel, find out how long a panel is. I guess it could be 5 inches, and if you ordered 2, you'd get 10 inches. I don't know how that works. So I laid this out. Number one, I had to make a whole front and a whole back. I used my fit knives because it's the easiest. Sew at the shoulders, sew it at the sides, it's done. Used my fit knives, made a whole front and a whole back. And laid it here and laid it there and laid it here and laid it there. I'll show you a picture. So I didn't know what to do, especially with this stripe here. You know, I made a garment recently that had a stripe like that and ended up right across my bust. It's in the Goodwill box downstairs. So I just laid it. Didn't have a lot of ways I could move it, but this is what I came up with. It may not be the most gorgeous top in the world, but it's different. You got to admit. It's different. I'm different, so it might as well be different. Now I want to show you something really goofy. I made a pair of pants yesterday. This is one of my Hobby Lobby fabrics. You ask me all the time what I make my pants out of. This is Kona cotton. It has to be ironed. It is not see-through. It's not transparent. And I think it makes a decent pair of pants. Linen would be nicer. Other fabrics, other wovens would be nicer. But for just a summer pant that's cool and makes up quickly, I love this Kona cotton. So I'll put here somewhere what pattern this was. I doubt it's even available anymore, but I'm going to tell you a really, really goofy pattern. I actually made this in yellow years ago in 2016. It said on the pattern, and I made it in yellow, and I like that. But that pant is a stretch denim. Stretch, twill, stretch denim of some sort. So having the stretch in it made it turn out a little better. But I'm going to tell you the goofy thing about this pattern. This is called a yoke. It's also the casing because it's where you put the elastic. So the yoke is like 3.5 inches wide, and they tell you to put 1.5 inch elastic in it. And they tell you to put the elastic right here, and they don't tell you to put it at the top, put it at the bottom, put it at the middle. They tell you to sew it down on the side so it won't float around, but it's just goofy. Why would you put the elastic just a tad of the width of the whole casing? Don't make this pant, it's real goofy. Just make the pant with an ordinary rubber band waist, like my mother called it. And it will turn out much better. I was looking through my commercial patterns this morning, and I was looking at the Style Arcs. I looked at a lot of Style Arcs. Style Arc has a lot of really nice pant patterns. I've made several of them. I really recommend their pant patterns. The legs aren't super wide. The measurements come out awfully close to me. I really like their pant patterns, and they have wovens and they have knits. So I recommend those. I've made one called Becky. I think I've made a Barb. Oh, I made another one like 4 or 5 times. And I don't remember what its name was, but they have nice pant patterns. is the point. And the next point is you don't have to order them from Australia and wait 3 weeks to get them. You can order them from Amazon and get them tomorrow. I love that. All right, it's another couple hours. It's 5 o'clock actually. I've got the neck done and I've got the armholes done. That took longer than everything else I did. That takes the longest for me, is the finishing of a top. And this has a fitting issue. Can you see the fitting issue? And the fitting issue is because it's Fit Nice. Fit Nice system doesn't do darts. I put an FBA in it, moved it to the bottom, but it still needs more. You know why? Because I can go like this right here. And that is screaming, "You need a dart, lady!" That screams at me all the time. I know. So what I have to do is play like there's a dart here, but move it down. Are you loving my three-way mirror? Boy, I sure am. Let's measure and see. Let's just pin it in, which isn't easy when you're wearing it. Let's play like we're sewing a dart. Let's play like. Right there. Okay? I actually could. It's already finished and already bound. If I hadn't already bound it and everything and put the facing in it, I could actually take a dart right there. I might still try it. Because look at how much better it fits. Look at that. It fits better in the back, way better in the front. Yeah. This side over here, it's okay. I mean, nobody's going to care. I'll probably just leave it. But I'm just saying, Judy Kessinger says darts passed away. I don't know what year they passed away. But she says people don't do darts anymore. I don't understand that. Because on me, my body's always screaming, "You need a dart, you need a dart." But I like it. You know, it's from Peggy Sager's fabric, remember, and I just had like 1 1/8 yard of it. But I managed to get a top. I got an angle here. I'm not sure about the back. Does the back have an angle? Do you have an angle? Yes, it does. That's kind of cool. Do you like that? What do you think? Never ever wear it or enjoy it. So all I have to do now is put the Steam-A-Seam 2 on the hem it up, and I have a new sleeveless top. And even though it needs a bit of a dart, I still really like it, and I'll wear it. All right? End of the day, I have to fix supper for Burnsides. Then I have to figure out what I want to make tomorrow. Then I have to figure out what I think we're going to make fajitas tonight. A fajita with the chicken strips and the refried beans. And, oh, I can't because I don't have any bell peppers. You can't have fajitas without bell peppers. Oh, Jerry may have to take me out to dinner. Oh my goodness. All right, Jeffrey, you go to sleep. I'll be back. Well, good morning on May 3rd. Look what I found in my closet. Purple pants. I bought these many, many, many moons ago at Dillard's on a sale rack. My favorite pants I own. They had them in blue and in purple, and I bought them both. And I've worn them for years and years and years, and they're still in good shape. Now, when you have, you know the rule. You know the rule about baggy, right? Let me tell you the rule about baggy. If you wear a baggy top, you're supposed to wear fitted pants. And I don't know, usually you can see farther down than it looks like. See, to me it looks like you can only see to here, but I bet you can see lower. So the thing is, if you have a full top, you're supposed to have tight bottoms, see? Wouldn't that look better? But I'm not taking the pants in, they're the right color. And right now the right color is more important to me than how much circumference is in my pants. So you know my new blouse. I don't remember the pattern right now, but watch my last video if you want to know what's in it. So Jerry is at the Heart Hospital here in Tulsa having some tests, just routine, nothing wrong with him. But his cardiologist wanted him to have some heart thing. They're not sticking any tubes in his veins or anything like that. It's just, I think it's like x-rays. And 2 different kinds of heart scans. So he's having that done today. And I'm home alone. I've had the doo-wop music on since he left. And oh my goodness, do I love that. I've been talking to my sister about exercising. Exercising is so, so important. And I think one of the most fun ways to exercise is to dance. Dance with music on. And I found this channel on YouTube called Doo-Wop. Look it up. And it's lots of dance music. So I picked up my weights and I was doing pour the pitchers, and I was doing arm exercises, and I was dancing all around, and oh, it just perks me up. Not only that, I opened the blinds this morning and there is sunshine outside. We have rain almost every day, but recently it's been raining at night and sunshiny during the day, so I'm excited about that. So what am I going to do today? I don't know. You remember, one of you said, have you tried style arc patterns? Have I tried style arc patterns? Oh my goodness. I just showed you earlier in this video the ones that I chose that I'm going to make because I want something different to wear. And I want something different to make that I haven't made 100 times. My Sure Fit Designs button up the front V-neck blouse, I have made that, goodness, 50, 60 times. I have so many of those blouses, and I love them, and I wear them. But I thought, you know, like this, I want a different style now because I'm older. I've been watching this lady, her name's Kay, and her YouTube channel is called Dressed for the Day, or something like that. And she is 60, I think, and she shows how mature women are supposed to dress. And she always looks lovely. But one of the things that she does is she's always got a jacket on. Always a jacket, a jean jacket, a nice coat, you know, with the collars and everything, jacket, and the buttons, and the double-breasted and the single-breasted. And I'm not going to do that. I don't care if old people are supposed to dress like that. I don't like jackets. I have made them in my past and never worn them. I have some in my closet. Remember we did the toppers, the topper challenge? I have lots of them. Have I ever worn them? No. I wear hoodies. That's what I wear. And I only wear them in a restaurant. I don't wear them. I usually go out in the garage and get in the car, even if it's 20 below zero out, you know, outside the garage. But I always have a hoodie in the back seat. So I'm just a hoodie girl. And I'm not going to wear fancy jackets. Even if I went to church, I wouldn't wear a jacket. I would wear a coat, a nicer coat, but I'm just not the jacket type. I'm the blouse type. The blouse type and the comfortable pants type. And a lot of the reason for me, and you know if you've listened to me for a long time, is I have edema in my feet and my legs. So I have to wear these, what I call sucky hose. See the sucky hose? These don't have any toes because then I can wear flip-flops. But I can't wear a beautiful high heel. I can't wear a beautiful sandal because they would kill my feet. And so I'm not going to dress up in a beautiful dress or a, you know, $500 suit or whatever when I can't wear pretty things on my feet to go with it. So that's me. Everybody has to deal with their insecurities. Now when I wear the sucky socks, my feet look fine. They work great for me. A lot of you have asked me what ones I wear. They're so, so expensive. Jerry and I owned a medical equipment business for a long time, and we used to sell these. We used to sell Jobst. And so I got a lot of them for free from the sales rep. And then I would get them for our cost, which was like half of what, you know, you have to pay $75 for these things. So even half price back then was a fortune for me. I didn't want to pay it. But they really are helpful if you have edema, because it keeps the blood coming back up your legs where it's supposed to come instead of pooling in your feet. So there's a little medical terminology discussion. Who cares about that? Nobody! At least I don't have to have a pacemaker and a CPAP, all right? And at least it's down at my feet. And most people, when they talk to you, they talk to your face and they look at your clothes. So thank God, whatever my issue is, it's down there. So here's my new. You watched me make it. You know the pattern from the last video. And I'm gonna go downstairs and I'm gonna make something today. What did I make? Oh, I made something. You saw it in my last clips. You saw the blue sleeveless. Isn't that just a crazy top? And I just have to hem it up, and I can do that in the next 20 minutes. And I'll turn my doo-wop music back on real loud. And then I'm gonna cut out something else. So I'll be back after a while to show you what I choose. So what do y'all think about this half tuck, side tuck business? I've been watching these stylist people, especially the old ladies, styling over 60, styling over 70, and it's showing all of these ways that you're supposed to wear your clothes to be modern and not look like a child, which a lot of times my clothes look like a 5-year-old, as you know. But they've all got this. Whitney, over there at Tomcat Stitchery, they have their blouse tucked in here, they have their blouse tucked in there, and I don't know, I'm not buying it as a good look. And you know, it might look okay from the front, like when I put my rubber band, but from the side, I feel like I'm as big as Texas. I don't know. Anyway, that's not why I'm here. It's Saturday. It's hot up here. Jerry's always freezing. I'm always hot. So I have the thermostat up here at 74. So I'm like dripping gumdrops. So going downstairs, but today's Saturday, it's May 4, 2024, and I have the most horrible things to say about myself. Oh. I've decided there's got to be some kind of an award for the person who actually teaches people how to sew and teaches people how to fit. But in one day, they made more mistakes than you can even add up. Probably the most mistakes in the world that anybody ever made in one day sewing. So I'm going to blame it on Style Arc. These Style Arc patterns, if you don't order them or you copy them and paste 1,000 sheets together, but you actually order the pattern, it's all on one great big gigantic piece of copy paper. It's that kind of paper. And all the pieces, in fact, this one had 2 gigantic pieces of copy paper. And it's one of the tops I showed you that I'm getting ready to make. But oh no, I should say oh no. Let me take you downstairs and I'll show you all of the goofy, crazy, nutty things I did. I'll be back. What am I making? I got a new pattern from Peggy. Why, I don't know, but I told you I've been watching the grannies and how you're supposed to look when you're old and how you're supposed to dress right. And this is how I dress. T-shirts with a duck sitting in a chair, embroidered on the chest. This is how I like to dress. That's me, that's my personality. So I thought, well, I watched all these grannies saying you need to look better, and you know, just because you're old, you shouldn't look like an old lady. So, and you shouldn't try to dress young. So I'm not trying to dress young. I'm trying to dress comfortable. So I bought this jacket pattern because it's unlined. Although lining would probably be easier. From Peggy Sager's, because I like Peggy Sager's patterns. You have to know how to sew, and you have to be able to understand the instructions, because her instructions are usually not good. At least not complete, not tested. And this is called Easy Shawl Collar Unlined Jacket. Now, like I said, every one of my videos should be called the Peggy Sager's channel. So I thought I would make this and make it a little longer. And instead of putting on a hoodie, maybe if we go out to dinner with our friends next door, maybe I could put on my little shawl unlined jacket and look a little better dressed for an old lady. We shall see. So, this is what I'm making. I cut this off. This is how wide the paper was, and it was long. It was taller than me. No kidding, taller than me. So I cut this off. This is all the directions you're going to get for Style Arc. You see that itty bitty writing right there in the middle? That's your directions. There's a picture of all the pieces. And then over here is a little more how you put it together, I guess. So, I had to go online. This does not come with sizing. And my pattern came with a whole bunch of sizes. See all the different sizes? It went from 6 to 16, I think. So I spent a long time figuring out what size I needed. I started out with a 10 at the top, and then I went wider, wider, wider. I got to a 14 here, and from here down, it's a 14. So there are a zillion pieces. I'm not kidding you. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still going. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I worked and worked and worked at figuring out how to cut it out to fit me. And, oh, my mind, we're not going to call it lightning fast today. When I sew, I need a full bust adjustment, a round back adjustment, and a sway back adjustment. So for some insane reason, I forgot to do the adjustments. I just cut it out. I figured out I was so smart to figure out I need a 10 here, and I need a 10 in the armhole, and I need a 10 across the front and the back, you know, from shoulder to shoulder measurement. And I just thought I was just so smart, and I just cut it out and cut it out and cut it out. So guess what else I did? The directions on each pattern piece, they're here, but they look different than the commercial patterns do. And so I just went through, again, we're not going to call it lightning fast. I decided to write, oh, this must be a back. And this must be a sleeve. And this must be the front. So I just wrote it on there myself. And didn't pay attention and didn't think. Hello? Didn't think. Cut one right side up. Every single one of these pattern pieces says cut one right side up. Every single piece except for the sleeve says cut one. So I went in, I figured this was going to take more fabric than my usual 2.5 yards. So I went and I found something that was real fat on the bolt, and it turned out I had bought this particular print twice. So it's my muslin, but I now have it cut out 2 of everything, so I can basically make 2 complete tops, neither one of which is going to fit me because I didn't do the fitting part on them. What are you going to do? I mean, what are you going to do? And again, it's my 5-year-old little girl print. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these all apart, and I'm going to separate it into 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and put all the other 1, 1, 1, 1, 1s together in an envelope or something, get them out of the room, and put this together. And hope and pray that maybe. Now the sway back probably isn't going to matter that much. You know, if I have the puddle up here, because it's just going to hang straight down anyway. But the round back, without the round back, it's going to be pulling back all the time, and I'm going to be pulling it forward. And it'll go back, and I'll pull it forward. And I'm trying to think, at this late date, where I forgot to put the round back in it, and certainly no FBA, what can I do to correct that problem? I thought, oh, well, I could do it in the shoulder seams. Well, the shoulder seams are only 1/4 inch. Or maybe they're 3/8 inch. I think they might be 3/8 inch. Well, you know, unless I take a 1/8 inch in the back to drop the shoulder down some, I might try it. I might try it. I thought, well, maybe it would stay back better. I might try it. You never know. I could sew an extension onto it, maybe. That might not look too pretty. I don't know. So that's my big mistakes of yesterday. And it appears that maybe, just maybe, so I had yardage twice. I bought this twice. And I think that one of them's a little bit darker than the other one. We'll see. So we've got that mistake. I think it's quite a bit darker, really. It really is. The flowers are much whiter here. The blue is darker blue here. So, yeah, we'll just wear this on Jerry's dozer. You've heard me say before that if Jerry gets holey shirts, he always says, "Don't throw that away, I'll wear it on my dozer." Yeah, so I'll just wear this on Jerry's dozer. How many notice I have a light right here? I'm telling you. I don't know. I think I need more coffee in my life or something. Let me tell you something else I did. Here's the front. Here's the center front. So up here it's a 10. Under here it's a 14. Under here. So that means I need my sleeve to be a 10 at the top and a 14 under here. Well, I decided to screw that up along with everything else and cut this as a 10 right here. So I need this much more room over here that isn't there. I'll tell you, if you don't work on certain kinds of patterns over and over and over, and you start with a new indie company, things are going to be so different that you're probably going to make a lot of mistakes if you don't pay very, very close attention to every single step. Just saying. It must be Style Art's fault, didn't I say that? These patterns, I'm like, where is the number of the pattern piece? Where is it? If you look really, really, really close, right there, evidently that means pattern piece 2. P/P, what's the slash for? Pattern over piece? I don't know. So I'm going through all of these pattern pieces now today. I didn't notice this yesterday. I'm going through all the pattern pieces today and I'm making great big numbers on them. So I know what the heck the pattern piece number is. See what I mean? You just have to get used to all the different companies and how their patterns are. Peggy's are really different too. Talking about Style Art patterns again. So I figured out they don't have a picture like this for the back. They just have this one picture. So I figured out it's for the front. So I put F's all over it. Notice that these pieces have numbers 4 and 5 and 3 and 2 and 1. But I couldn't even find the silly pattern numbers on these. You know, where's the PP3 and the PP2? I had no idea that's what those were. So you can see I wrote great big numbers on there. And each one of these has 2 pieces, you know. I cut them all out, 2 each. So I'm going to try. Now you can tell, new seamstresses, if you're just learning to sew, all they've done is chop the front of this pattern up into 5 pieces. It was a hole when they started, and then they chopped it all up. So our job is to put it back together like a puzzle. Very, very important to know where everything matches. So I have cut all the little marks, and right here it says, where's my finger? Center front. Here there's a B. So you have to figure out where else there's a B. There's a B. And up here, there's a B. And look here, we've got an A, and an A, and an A. And so those 3 A's come together somehow. So I don't know if it tells you what to sew to what first, but I'm going to sew, let me back off. I think I'm going to sew this to this, and this to this, and then sew this on last. We shall see. Boy, howdy. I hope y'all like this when I get it made. It doesn't absolutely choke me with no round back. Oh, hi. I know. This is my muslin of the new Style Art pattern. I'm telling you, I had problems. I told you at the beginning of this, problem after problem after problem, because I screwed up. All my fault. So there were no fit adjustments in this. I went ahead and I made myself stick with it, and I made myself make it. Now, I'm happy to see that, even though it doesn't have an FBA, it doesn't need one. Yay! Even though it doesn't have a sway back, it doesn't need one. One other thing that I do is the round back. So I decided that I was going to invent a round back correction that nobody ever heard of before. That if I was going to always be pulling it forward, and then it would slide back, and I would slide it forward, I thought, what if I made the back shoulders a little higher, added some to them, and made them longer? I had to sew a piece onto each of them to do it. And I did. I decided, hey, what if I made the back shoulders taller? Added a little strip of fabric to each of them to make them a little higher. And that way, I wouldn't have to push them back because they'd be a little longer. So what do we know about adjustments? One adjustment can require that you make other adjustments because of the one you made. And that's what happened with this. I mean, I'll be able to wear it. It's my muslin, my test, my trial, my croaky, my whatever you want to call it. But it's just fine, except that when I made the back shoulder, and remember, I cut the sleeve out too small. Did I tell you I cut the sleeve out of 10? And I cut the top a 10, but I cut under here a 14. So I had a 10 going to a 14 on the hole attached to this part. When I cut out the sleeve, I just cut out a 10. So the sleeve was too small for the hole that I had to put it in. So when I added to the back shoulder to give myself a new invention of a round back, that made the hole even bigger. Oh my goodness, my goodness. I worked and I worked and I had no more fabric to make another armhole out of, another sleeve. I didn't have enough fabric to make another sleeve out of, even though it's all over the floor, all the extras that I cut. And I can't make another top unless I make it inside out. Hello, another error. I thought, oh, I can just make 2 tops. Well, the pieces have to be cut right side up. They only go one way. If you cut them upside down, you're going to make an inside out garment. So I couldn't cut out another sleeve. So I had to use the 10 sleeve. No way I could make it any bigger. And adding this to the back shoulder made this even larger for a sleeve that was too small already. So I don't know what I did. I don't know what I did. But somehow I got the sleeve in the garment. I can move. You can see I can move. That's not the problem. The problem was just getting it in the sleeve hole. I do know what I did. I took it in right here. Where I had the 14, I took it in on both sides. But I couldn't take it in, you know, a whole lot. I couldn't take it in a whole way to the size 10 because the other pieces were all already cut out. But I did take it in a little bit, so I was able to get the sleeve in the hole. Now here's what's left. When I added to the back shoulders for my new invention round back, it made this too big. How much did I add? I added 5/8 inch to each side. So that made this bigger. Yeah. So I can't do anything about that either. I stabilized it real good to make sure it didn't stretch out and get any bigger. But for most of the people in the world who don't know about fit, and they see me wearing this, they're not going to go, oh my goodness, she did a fake round back. She cut it out wrong to start with. She cut one inside out, one inside up. She didn't know what she was doing. Look at the neck on that blouse. Yes, thank goodness that isn't going to happen. Oh, I would notice it. Now, if I saw somebody wearing this and it looked like it was homemade, and I noticed, I would say, oh my goodness, I bet they did that fake round back in that, and I thought I was the only one. But it's not riding. It's not riding forward or back at all. And these are the yellow pants I made, which just happened to go great with it. Remember, they've got the big wide waistband and the elastic floating around in the upper part, but not all the way up. It's like a 1/4 inch down, because that's where they tell you to put it. But they're staying up, they're not falling down, and they're yellow, and I like them. So, another new top. What is this, number 5? I think this is number 5 I've made in the last week and this week. Let me see, this is another week. The weeks go by like this. They just go by so fast. But this one took me about 3 days because of all my screw-ups. Will I make it again? No. Why? Well, if I bought the pattern again, I would, because I have the pattern all cut out already, and the pattern's cut out wrong. Let me see if I've already chopped off all the sizes but the 10. I might, on a day when I'm real happy and have lots of energy and the sun's shining and the music's on, I might try to cut out all of these. Let me see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pieces in the front and the back. I might see if I can cut all those down to a 12. I took this in the whole way down actually when I took the sleeve area in under the arm. I think I could cut it all down to the 12 because I cut it to the 14, remember? And so I could make the 14 or 12. I'll look and see. You know, some people would take those style art patterns and take clear paper, drawing paper, pattern paper, and put it down on top and draw the pattern. Not me. Not me, I won't do it. I'd rather pay $12, $14, whatever it is, and buy another pattern and start over if that's what it takes. But you saw. How many times have I shown you? I want to make this one. And I want to make this one. And I don't know if you can even see these. I can't. And I want to make this one. 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 So, now that I have figured out that the style art patterns fit me pretty good in the size 12, and I need a 10 starting at the top, I'm hoping their sizing's the same throughout all the different ones. Measure, 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 and you can find out. All right? So I'm going to end this snippets video right here in my new, on a very, very rainy day. We woke up to thunderstorms. It's been raining all day long. It's after 5, and it's still raining. Our driveways look like a river. Our backyard looks like a lake. Oh, it has rained so much here. It shows on, I asked Siri what the weather was going to be the rest of the week. It looks like we're going to have 5 sunny days. I'm so excited. I really am. There's no telling what we might go do in 5 days of sunshine. So, what do you think? You like it? What's that pattern called, Joy? I don't remember. Let me see. It's down there in the stairs. Hold on, I'll go get it. Don't worry, I'm not going to fall down the stairs. This is the pattern that I have on. It is called the Lani, L-A-N-I, woven tunic. And you can see all those pieces in it. I'll go play with it for a little while before I put it away or throw it away and see if I want to try it one more time. So that's it for this little week of however long it is of snippets. I'm going to end it right here and say goodbye and say have a wonderful week. And I'll start another set maybe tomorrow. Bye for now.